Have you ever wondered why Jewish law forbids eating the thigh muscle? It's one of the most curious dietary rules in the Torah, and it's tied to one of the strangest stories in Genesis. Stay with me as we dive into this ancient tale, explore 4 fascinating interpretations that uncover the powerful lessons it holds for us today. Here's the setup. After stealing his brother Esau's blessing, Jacob flees in fear. 20 years later, he returns home, unsure if Esau still wants revenge. Jacob takes precautions. He divides his people into 2 camps, prays for divine protection, and sends gifts to Esau as a peace-off. But the real drama happens the night before their encounter. Alone in the dark, Jacob is ambushed by a mysterious man, later revealed to be a divine being. They wrestle all night long. Yes, an all-night wrestling match. As dawn breaks, Jacob gains the upper hand, and his opponent injures Jacob's hip in a desperate move to escape. Despite the pain, Jacob refuses to let go until he receives a blessing. The stranger renames him Yisrael, Israel, meaning you have striven, sarita, with divine beings and humans and prevailed. Then the Torah concludes with this surprising dietary rule. That is why the children of Israel to this day do not eat the thigh muscle that is on the socket of the hip, since Jacob's hip socket was wrenched at the thigh muscle. Let's explore 4 approaches to this strange prohibition and see how they may resonate with us today. The medieval commentator Rashbam offers 2 explanations. First, the prohibition reminds us of Jacob's courage in battling his attack. Second, it highlights God's intervention to save Jacob from a potentially fatal injury. Both of these explanations assume that the events of that night were praiseworthy. The Chizkuni, on the other hand, sees the prohibition differently. He sees it as a critique of Jacob's contemporaries. Why? Because Jacob was left alone that night, vulnerable to attack, while his peers could have offered him assistance and protection. Their prohibition in this view is a perpetual reminder of our responsibility to stand by one another in times of need. The Radak suggests that this rule wasn't given by God, but created by the Israelites themselves. Out of respect and sympathy for Jacob's injury, they chose to refrain from eating the thigh muscle. It's an act of solidarity with their forefather Jacob. So what do these interpretations mean for us today? From Chizkuni, we can learn that we have a duty to support those in need, whether it's families mourning loved ones, soldiers on the front lines, or those displaced by war. We cannot leave our brothers and sisters to face hardships alone. From Rashbam, we learn that when facing challenges, we must be willing to fight courageously, and all able-bodied people must be involved in this fight. And like Jacob, we may be injured along the way, but we persevere knowing that we're not alone. God is with us. From Radak, we can learn that we must honor those who've sacrificed their lives for us. Our soldiers, our heroes, and their families deserve our gratitude, respect, and unwavering support. For it is due to their efforts and heroism that we have a state named after our forefather Israel, one that will hopefully continue to be ours into the future and for all eternity. If you found this video inspiring, please like, comment, and subscribe for more insights. Shabbat Shalom.